In this class, we're going to discuss the topic is called the DC circuit, direct current circuit. If you write what is the definition of this DC circuit here, the closed path, closed path followed by a direct current is called the DC circuit. You can take the example here. A simple circuit is like this. You have like this, and if you are giving the DC voltage here, and it's going to produce the DC current here, and this DC current is flowing in this particular closed path. This specific closed path of this circuit is called this particular circuit is called the DC circuit. So if you want to classify the different configurations of this this DC circuit, so what are the type of configurations we have? The first one is DC series circuit, and DC parallel circuit. Third one is the combination of series and parallel circuit. Now come here. What is mean by this first point here, that is called the DC circuit, DC series circuit. Suppose if I have a different R elements here, if I have different R elements like this, and assume, so these are the points, terminals of this particular this specific resistance R1, R2 and R3 are there. If these terminals, the R1, the second terminal, this first terminal and second terminal, first terminal and second terminal, first and second terminal. If R1, the second terminal, is going to connect it to the first terminal of the R2, and R2, the second terminal is going to connect it to the first terminal of R3, and if you join like this, then this is going to create a series element here. If you provide some energy source to this circuit, so this is the constant energy or direct DC energy you are providing here. This is going to form a DC circuit. DC circuit. Now, if you are providing this particular source to this circuit here, then there is a current is flowing, that is called I. So whatever the current constitute by this particular voltage is going through here and here. So same current is flowing here also I, here also the I, the current here also flowing that I, and coming back here, this is the current. So in a closed circuit, the current is flowing, that is in all the elements R1, R2 and R3, whatever the current is flowing is same. So I can make one point here. So in case of DC series circuit, the current flowing through all the series elements, is same. Series elements are is same. So same current is flowing here, here and here. But across each element, the voltage drop is there. So that voltage drop is not same, it may be a different. It may be a different V1, V2 and V3. We are considering the DC circuit here, DC series circuit, which is the resistors are connected in series. When these connected are in series, the current flowing through all the resistor is same, but the voltage drop across the R1, R2 and R3 is going to be maybe a different. So that is because of, so that is a difference because of this resistance values. So here V1, V2, V3 are different values, that depends on the your resistors values. So this is what the DC circuit concept. Now if you want to write, so assume, so this is the drop here, so plus minus, this is the drop here, plus minus, this is the drop here. I'm giving the polarity to this particular this circuit here. Now if you apply the KVL here, apply the KVL. So you know the current voltage law. In the last class we have seen how to apply the KVL. So you can start from this circuit here. So I'm starting from here. This is the first polarity I meet here. So I can take, this is minus V, and for remaining I can take, that is plus V1 plus V2 and plus V3 equal to 0. So this is what I'm writing. So this is my current direction is going like this. This is my current direction going like this. And for this, if I start from this source, then if I going from here, the entering point is negative polarity is meeting me, and I'm taking this minus V, and whenever I gone through this particular resistance, this is the point, starting point for my R1, I'm taking the positive V1, and again for the same, the procedure has been continued for rest of the resistors. So this is the by applying the KVL, we are going to get one equation. So this is also can be modified as V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So remember, this is the equation 1. Remember, this is the equation 1. Now apply the Ohm's law. Now apply the Ohm's law. Ohm's law only at this particular element. Apply the Ohm's law only at this specific element here. So at this specific element, what are the parameter we know? We have the V1 is known, R1 is there, and the current flowing through this resistance I know. So what is the relation between VR and I by using this Ohm's law? You know, V1 is equal to I can write I into R1. So this is the Ohm's law I'm writing at this element. Similarly, if you write the Ohm's law for the second resistance here, the second resistor, what could be that Ohm's law equation here? V2 is equal to I into R2. Now the same Ohm's law you can apply for this third resistor here, because we know R3, the resistor value, current value and voltage, these three parameters we know. So we can write the Ohm's law for the third element here. So this is V3 is equal to I into that R3. Now substitute these values in this equation 1. So what we are going to get here? So I can write, this is nothing but, I make it I1 R1 I R2 plus I R3. Now make it is I is common here, so I can write R1 plus R2 plus R3. So this is what I'm writing. So you can take, this is the equation 2. Now this is also can be written as I into R equivalent, where R equivalent is can be written as R1 plus R2 plus R3. So this is the equivalent of the three resistors when they are connected in series. So this also can be redrawn as a circuit here. This also can be redrawn as a circuit here. So this can be redrawn here like this. So this is what my equivalent circuit are equivalent, and this is the current I. So this is the equivalent circuit for this one. So I'm making this how the three resistor which are connected in R1, R2 and R3, which has been supplied with some DC voltage here, and for this the whatever the passive elements which are connected in series, they can be written as R equivalent, can be written as the R equivalent. The whole all the elements can be written as the R equivalent, and that R equivalent is the expression is this one. So R equivalent is R1 plus R2 plus R3. So this is what we need to understand. What is the mean by the DC series circuits? In the series circuit, current is constant in all the series elements, but the voltage drop across the that elements is maybe different. That is we need to means whatever the voltage we are supplying, that is distributed across the all the elements with different values. So that points you need to understand. And then what is the R equivalent? How are we going to calculate the R equivalent for this series circuit? Is that is simply by combining the values of all the elements. Suppose this is what the R equivalent. Now you know one expression, that is the resistance is inversely proportional to the conductance, isn't it? So if you want to write what is the conductance, that is the G equivalent for this expression. So this is the R equivalent expression. We're getting R1 plus R2 plus R3, but your R is equal to 1 by Z, so inversely proportional these two. So we want to write these resistance values in the conductance, then G equivalent is equal to 1 by Z1 plus 1 by Z2, then 1 by G3. The conductance of this each element is equal to this equivalent conductance. So this is the expressions for R equivalent and conductance expression. So to understand. Now go for the series circuit here. Now go for the what is the second configuration is parallel DC parallel circuit. DC parallel circuit. DC parallel circuit here. So to understand this, I'm considering here the two resistor elements. Now the two resistor elements, something like this, and you can say here R1 and R2, and here what is the definition of this parallel circuit is if you have two or more elements. If you have two or more elements and their positive polarities are connected at one point, positive polarities are connected at one point, and the negative polarities are connected with the same point. They are joined like this, and if these two are connected now in parallel, and for this if you are giving some voltage here, the energy source, so this is called the DC parallel circuit. So this is called the DC parallel circuit. So I'm taking the two elements and the positive terminals of the both the elements are connected in with the one point, and the negative terminals are connected with the same point to that both points, and those points has been connected to the energy source here, and this is what is defined as the parallel circuit. So whenever you are giving some energy source to this circuit, it is going to supply current I, this current is dividing at each element here. So now it is adding again. So whatever the current dividing at this element is different, that is I1 and I2, and same I1 I2 is coming back here. But what about the voltage in case of the parallel circuit? So whatever the voltage which is applying across these two elements, so I can say this voltage is same as appearing here also. So same, this voltage is appearing at R1 and R2. I can consider this voltage V is same for both, because your voltage source R1 R2 are connected in parallel. So this is a simply node you can consider, isn't it? This is a simply a node. I can make it, this is as equivalent circuit like this. So something like this. This is my V, this is R1 and R2, isn't it? So this is what the circuit which is shown. So whatever the voltage we are applying, that is across these two elements, so whatever the voltage across the R1 R2 is same as the applied voltage. So you need to remember the points here. The first point is, in case of parallel circuit, the voltage across all the elements, parallel elements, voltage across all the parallel elements are same. Parallel elements are same. The current is different here. The current carries by all the elements may be different. Current may be different, because so that current value I1 and I2 will depends on the R1. The resistance is more, current less. If R2 resistance is less, the current flowing through this specific resistance is that is more. So this is what the I1 and R2. Now if you write at this circuit, if you apply the KVL, apply the KCL here, Kirchhoff's current law, apply it. So for this Kirchhoff's current law, you need to identify the node. So this is my node, isn't it? This total whole point I consider. So this particular point I can take, which is a node. This is my node, and I know that the incoming current is equal to the outgoing current. Incoming current is equal to my outgoing current here. So what is incoming current at this moment for this node is I is equal to the outgoing currents I1 equal to I1 plus I2. So I1 plus I2. Incoming current, the algebraic sum of incoming current is equal to the algebraic sum of the outgoing current. So this is what, by applying the KCL, I'm writing this equation. So equation 1, we make it as, and come back to this network here again. Now at this element again, I know here R1, I1 and V. So again apply here Ohm's law. Apply Ohm's law now. What are we going to get Ohm's law apply here? So I need to write, I can write I is equal to V by R1. Since my Ohm's law is equal to V is equal to IR. So this is the Ohm's law relation I'm taking, and using these parameters I'm writing my Ohm's law. I1 is equal to V by R1. Similarly, at this element, or this particular element here, again I have no I2, R2 and V. So this current, resistance and voltage I know. I apply in KCL, Ohm's law again here. I can write the what is I2 by using the Ohm's law. V by, I can write R2. So this is the equation. Ohm's law. We are applying the element 1 and element 2. Now substitute these values in the equation 1. So what we are going to get here, you make it V as common, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 you are going to get, or you can write I is equal to V into, I can write this is R equivalent, isn't it? So where I can say, if you redraw the circuit for this R equivalent circuit, for this expression, if you redraw the circuit for this expression, then this is like this. This is like this, V and I and R equivalent. So this is what we are getting. So this circuit is equivalent to this circuit. This circuit is equivalent to this circuit, where my R1 and R2 has been written here. My R1 and R2 has been written here, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. 1 by R2. That is nothing but I can write R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So this is ohms. This is the R equivalent circuit in case of your parallel DC circuits. Suppose my network has 3 elements, something like this, R1, R2 and R3, and voltage I divide into I1, I2 and I3 is divided. Now what is the R equivalent for these 3 elements which are connected in parallel? How will you write? This is simply use this formula. What is R equivalent here? 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. How the 2 elements? So that's why we are writing R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. We have 3 elements here. So I can write R equivalent for these 3 element, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So I think this is 1 by R equivalent, 1 by R equivalent, and this is 1 by R equivalent, 1 by R equivalent. So this is what we are getting. And if you want to write R equivalent, then this is what the R equivalent. So this is 1 by R equivalent. This is R equivalent. So R equivalent is R1 R2 by R1 R2, and this is 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Like this, if you have n number of elements which are connected in parallel, then what will you write R equivalent here? N number of elements which are connected in parallel. So 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 up to so on up to 1 n elements, 1 by n elements. So this is how we are going to write the R equivalent for this DC parallel circuit. If you want to see what is the combination of these 2 circuits, you can I will show that, but I'm not going to see what is R equivalent for that. I will show you the series and parallel combination here. Series and parallel combination of DC circuit. So maybe like this. You can imagine some. These are the 2 which are connected in series here. These 2 are in series and 1 are is in parallel like this. So this is you can take it as a series and parallel combination, R3 and R4, and you can see some current I is flowing here. Same current will flows like this here. Same current is flowing. I here also I is there, but I has been divided here, some I3 into I4. So this is what the circuit, and you can find what is the equivalent of this one also. So that you can do it. It's a very simple equation, circuit here. So we'll go for the voltage divider technique. Voltage divider technique. So to understand this voltage divider technique, here let us consider a series circuit. The series circuit has the three elements and have given some energy source here like this: voltage plus and minus R1, R2 and R3 is there, and assume here the current is flowing through the circuit is I. The same current is flowing here, here and here. The voltage here may be V1, voltage V2 and voltage V3. So according to this is a series circuit, then what is the R equivalent for this series circuit? You know what is the R equivalent for series circuit. That is simply, if you have three elements which are connected in series, it is can be added all the three elements. So this is R equivalent can be added as R1 plus R2 into R3. So this is can be make it as a very simple circuit here. So this is like this. You can make it V. This is R equivalent and this is I. Then apply here the Ohm's law here. So what you are going to get here? I can write what is the current here. Current I can be written as V by R equivalent. So I'm applying Ohm's law here for this circuit, and I'm writing I is equal to V by R equivalent. So V by, what is this R equivalent here? It is nothing but my R1 plus R2 plus R3. So you remember this equation here. Now I want to find what is V1. What is V1 at this resistance? So I need to find what is V1 at this resistance. Then apply the Ohm's law and write the equation. I need to find what is V1 at the resistance. V1 is equal to, I can write here I into R1. So this is the Ohm's law we are writing at this particular element here. So I need to find what is V1 here. V1 is equal to I into R1. But what is exactly I here? I is nothing but V by R1 plus R2. So I can write V into V by R1 plus R2 plus R3 into this R1. So what is the conclusion here you need to understand is, suppose if this kind of circuit has been given to you and asking you to find what is the voltage across the R1, what is the voltage across this R1, then the expression is the voltage, whatever the supply voltage, multiply with that particular element by the total resistors, by total resistor R1 plus R2 plus R3. So this is what the formula you need to remember. If the series circuit has been given to us and asking to find what is V1, then V1 can be written as V1 is equal to the applied voltage into, with respect to that resistance, R1 by the total resistor R1 plus R2 plus R3. If you want to write the same, I want to find what is V2 here. What is V2 here? So I can write this is I into R2. So I can write this is also V into R2 by R1 plus R2 plus R3. Isn't it? So I means, what is I? I am taking from this equation 1. So I'm writing. Now see here, V2 want to find at this moment, at this element, V2 is also nothing but applied voltage into that particular resistance by the total resistance. Now can you write the direct formula for what is the voltage across this one at the R3? V3 can be written as that applied voltage, that is the source voltage, into that resistance where we want to find the voltage by the whole resistance 1 plus R1 plus R2 plus R3. So these are the formulas we need to remember. So this is the concept. It's called voltage divider technique. Simple. You can take one more example. Suppose this time I have only a two resistance here, V R1 and R2 is there, and this is the current I is there, and I need to find what is the voltage V1 and what is the voltage V2. Now tell me, how will you find what is the voltage V1 here? V1 can be find by using this voltage divider technique. V1 is equal to the supplied voltage into R1, where we want to find voltage by the total resistance R1 plus R2. So these are the formulas. Very simple, we need to remember. If you want to find what is V2 here, V2, that is you can take the source voltage multiplied by that respected resistance by the total resistance R1 plus R2. So these are called the voltage divider technique. By using this divider technique, you can easily find what is the voltage at across the elements R1 and R2 when they are connected in the series. Similarly, we'll go to see what is the current divider technique. Current divider technique. Divider technique here. Technique. Now we'll see. So in this current divider technique, we can apply for the parallel circuit here. So I'm considering two elements which are connected in parallel, and given a supply here, two elements which are connected in parallel, and giving the supply here R1 and R2 is there, and for this my current is I is going, and here divided, current is divided R1 into R2, but my voltage across this R1 and R2 is same as V, isn't it? So these three are connected parallelly, so whatever the voltage appearing across R1 and R2 is same, so same voltages appear here, V and V. These are the parallel cases. So according to that parallel circuit concept, we have seen how will you write what is R equivalent. If the two elements are connected in parallel, what is R equivalent? That is what 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So this is the expression we have seen, isn't it? If you just simplify this equation, then you will get R equivalent is equal to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So this is the equation we are going to get for R equivalent. Now if you write here, so what is the voltage here for this equation? So you can write the equivalent circuit for this one also. So what is the equivalent circuit you're going to get here? So this is what the equivalent circuit, you can say this two resistance parallel can be combined, R equivalent and V, and this is what the I can write something like this. So from this I can write here, so what you can write, so apply the KVL, sorry, Ohm's law here. So you can write V is equal to I into R equivalent, or V is equal to what is here I into what is R equivalent here. I can write this is R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So this we need to remember this one. Now go back to this one here. Suppose I want to find what is the I1. So what is the I1? How will you find? So apply the Ohm's law here. I need to find what is I1 here. So three parameters there: current, resistance, and voltage is there. I need to find what is I1 here. So I1 can be find. I can write V by R1. I can write, okay. So here, what is V here? V is nothing but this. Can I take this expression here? So from this I can write I, this is what R1 R2 by R1 plus R2 by R1. So this is what we can write I into, these two will be cancelling here. So I into R2 by R1 plus R2. So this is called that I1. So in order to find what is the current flowing through the R1, what is the current flowing through R1? Nothing but the whatever the current flowing, that is the total current. The total current, that is I, is nothing but what here? I is nothing but I1 plus I2, isn't it? So the total current I multiplied by the that opposite resistance. So we are not taking the R1, we are taking the opposite resistance R2 by the total resistance R1 plus R2. So you need to remember this one. So this is what, how to calculate the I1. If you want to, same expression, if you want to write for I2 here, I2 is equal to, I'm writing the formula now. So I2 is nothing but the total current flowing into, because I need to find what is I2 in the R2 resistance. So I can take the here resistance is the other resistance, that is which another resistance which is connected in parallel, that is R1 by the total resistance R1 plus R2. So this is how I remember to understand the formula, because we can derive the formulas, and this is what the derivations we are getting here. But after the derivation, you need to remember with some convention. So I going through my convention that I2 I needed, then the total current into the opposite resistance R1 by R1 plus R2. Here, if I want to find what is I1, then the total current into this resistance by total resistance. So this is what I need to understand the concept, and I have to go for it. So this voltage divider technique, current divider techniques, and Ohm's law, KVL and KCL are very important to analyze any electrical circuit where we want to calculate what is the current flowing through it and what is the voltage and some other quantities. So these are the very important simple concept and formulas you need to understand.